And back here at home, Bush's legacy is being remembered through several policies that changed the valley. Channel 5's Cecilia Gutierrez spoke to a former member of his administration.
Pictures of former President George Herbert Walker Bush line the walls of Hollis Rutledge's office in Mission.
Who would have thought that I would be in the middle of the making of history in this country?
Pictures and mementos from the White House, the Crawford Ranch, and even this one, an invitation to former President George H.W. Bush's inauguration in 1989.
So I decided to frame it to preserve it. I'm glad I did.
Rutledge became friends with former President Bush and began working for him over 30 years ago.
Is that he knew exactly who we were and where we are.
Rutledge says 41 will be remembered across the valley for several things throughout his presidency, including being the driving force behind establishing a national park dedicated to the U.S.-Mexico War in South Texas. That park would become the Palo Alto National Park in Brownsville.
He knew the history of what made America great, so it just would come natural that he would make sure that some of these battlefields would be recognized because it's part of history.
He says while the former president was known for many things, the most influential to the valley was the negotiation of NAFTA in 1992.
So he was aware of the valley. He knew exactly where the valley was and what are the unique opportunities that were here. Transformed the economics of the valley forever.
Rutledge says he will remember former President George H.W. Bush as someone who never gave up in the face of adversity.
But as they say, winners never quit and quitters never win. And George Herbert Walker Bush was not a quitter. He treated everybody with respect, irrespective of your social status or where you were from or political affiliation. He respected the country. He was a proud patriarch, and he would show it.
He hopes former President George Herbert Walker Bush will be remembered as someone who cared for the valley. In Mission, Cecilia Gutierrez, Channel 5 News, this weekend.